Hello YouTube, welcome to another video. This is titled The Reptilian Races Part 1. The reptilian races were one of the original guardian races of humanity. They are based on the element of fire, as you will find that in their energetic orientation. Just does not mean that they don't hold the energies of the other elements, it's just that their primarily base is fire. Reptilian races are mentioned all throughout humanity in some of the books. The reptilian races were here before the Garden of Eden experiment came aboard. They were here long before that, and in fact you will find that in many mythologies as well. The reptilian races that I personally have encountered as a contactee are very benevolent in origin, yet they are very protective of their kind or their family that are on Earth incarnated right now as humans. They're very protective of the ones that they choose to contact and be around. They have a very intense energy, yet very loving. They project a lot of love when they get to know you and build and establish trust. A reptilian, oftentimes in this society, is considered a taboo word because of the fact that the reptilian starseed has garnered a tarnished imagery, which really there is no basis for this imagery, and there really is no basis to say that they are the archons. There really is no basis. So we're here to correct those imbalanced imagery so we can move forward in the process of ascension that we are moving towards right now. They love the environment. They fit in naturally with the environment, and they will blend in with their environment. There are two particular types. One is a cold-blooded fire holder, which is what the reptilian race is. They operate in the cold blood of fire, and they hold the kundalini fire, or the sacred breath of life, as a particular type of light or energetic structure. There are many various types of reptilian races. I will mention a few here. This will be, they are the Seacars is one of them, and they hail on the Alpha Draconian world within the Alpha star system. And the world is known as the Alpha Draconian world. And we can see it looking like the dragon from Earth. They also hail in Hydra. One of their chief worlds in Hydra is the Alphard star. And they hail from Hydra. And yes, the Hydra system is related to the water dragon. Hydra, water. And that's where the water dragons are. But again, Alphard is one of their chief worlds. And they are the guardians of humanity. One of four. There are four base guardians of humanity. Here we're going to mention the reptilian race. They are very powerful in their presence. Their presence is very powerful when you go to meet them. They may seem intimidating at first, but that is because it's a very much different energy than what we humans are used to perceiving energy with one another in this day. They are a very different energetic structure. Once the rapport and trust is established, they don't have the issue with showing you their emotions like people have a tendency to do with one another. They don't have those issues. They are very direct with their communication, and they're gonna tell you like it is from their point of view or their perspective. They also are very meticulous with their environments and with keeping them up, as they know how to blend in naturally with their worlds. The other types of reptilian races are going to be your regular dragons, your draconians, your alpha draconians, and your Seacars. All these races hail from different parts of the world, but You do find the reptilian races also in the Boots star system, as well as the Antares star system. You will find your reptilians there. In fact, from what's been communicated to me, we do live in in a part of the universe is very largely watched and guarded by the reptilian races. Some of them are guardians of certain star portals, or as you will, star gates. So yes, sometimes as we run across them, you will have to have a certain code, key, or access point to get into them. They are they can be very tall. You know, the ones that have visited myself are very tall, but they can only hold their form here for a few minutes, as due to our density world. Now we are moving up in density right now. They can still only appear for a few minutes. And again, the reptilians that I met are very kind and they're benevolent on it. There has to be an understanding and a trust relationship garnered, or drawing in the reptilian energy at first could be overwhelming and frightening to some. It also may create imbalances in your system. So you want to handle the balances as you draw in those energies. Again, I can't stress enough that their energy is very intense with how they hold energy and how they perceive our energy. And throughout history, you see the reptilians depicted. There's statues of the dragons, great statues of dragons. The Eastern cultures honored the dragon as a very divine creature, and they honored them as sacred guardians of weather. You also see them depicted as the ley lines in certain cultures. The energetic ley lines in certain cultures on Earth are also related to the dragon lines. I think that's an interesting correlation between the two. But they're the ones that I have met with are very benevolent. They are here as well to help humanity ascend or get to the next level of their development or evolution. And I think that's important, that we understand all these beings that are really assisting Earth right now with that kind of thing, and that we really just understand each other, as well as understand the perspective of these star beings that may be communicating or contacting us, whether we are aware of it or not. Again, they have beautiful light bodies. They can be very tall in origin. Although when you see them incarnated, sometimes as humans of sorts, some of them I've seen in my travels that their bodies are very crystalline in structure. Now, that could be true for other races, but again, I'm speaking right now in regards to the reptilian races, because the reptilians, the dragons, and the snake races are the ones that I primarily communicate with, although there are others we do communicate with too. But this is what we primarily communicate with. There's a council that's called CORA, and that stands for the Council on Human Reptilian Affairs. And basically, they meet and discuss what's going on with Earth and how they can assist with humanity's development and evolution in these energetic frequency times of change right now. They also they don't mean to come through with a very mean or stoic personality. Sometimes they do, though. A stoic is they'll be very emotionless at first, and then after they open up, they do show you their emotions and their ranges of spectrum with love. at this point, I've never met a being that could be so full of love. I'm sure there's many others. I personally have encountered some of them, but in regards to the reptilian races, they can show much love and radiate that through their bodies, through their serpentine bodies. And basically, this was an introduction to the reptilian races. They just kind of wanted to get some information out. We're going to have a lot more information coming soon on the reptilian race and why we need to get this information out right now. It's important to try to create and facilitate understanding between the human race and the reptilian race, and how the reptilian race are here to help us evolve, and just look at them from a point of, if one cannot look at them from love, then look at them from a point of neutrality, and that they are very much here to assist us and help us ascend or get to the next level of vibratory being. We're going to have more in the future on the reptilian races. This is part 1, so I hope you find this information useful and enjoy it. If you have any comments, questions, or you would like a suggestion of a video made, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Namaste.